sort of dude, he muttered. Why did you want me to meet you here? Raphael glanced around cautiously. There was nothing to see beyond the thick cypress trees and the tangled grass that was nearly waist-high in this area of the bayou. Still, the older male leaned closer, keeping his voice pitched low. I have a new assignment for you. Now? Cerviel scowled. I just managed to infiltrate Benson's boardroom. It's only a matter of time before I discover where the bastard's hiding and put a bullet in his brain. You can return to New Orleans after you're done with this, Raphael said, shoving a piece of paper in Cerviel's hand. Cerviel glanced down, reading the brief note out loud. Code red. Dispose of all test subjects at Rattlesnake Ranch, China House, The Orchard, Mulberry Lane, Battle Creek, and RR. He lifted his head, glancing at his companion with a baffled gaze. Is this supposed to make some sort of sense? Xavier intercepted the message while he was monitoring Benson's private cell phone, Raphael explained. It's the only contact the sneaky piece of shit made since he went into hiding, so we assume it must be important enough for him to risk having his current position exposed. Cerviel reread the note. The names sounded like a list of low-budget flicks. What do you want from me? He asked. I used my contacts with the human IRS to trace a rattlesnake ranch in Wyoming to a man named Rick Donaldson, Raphael said. Cerviel felt a stir of recognition. Why is that name familiar? He's a retired congressman. The younger Pantera grimaced. Of course, a politician. Rattlesnake Ranch sounded like the perfect place for him. Any connection to Benson Enterprises? He asked. Raphael nodded, his eyes glowing with the golden power of his cat. Donaldson was the one who pushed the military to offer several highly profitable contracts to Benson. Okay. Cerviel resisted the urge to yawn. So we know that there's a politician named Donaldson in Wyoming who helped Benson peddle his weapons to the DOD, he said. And we believe the test subjects are Pantera, Raphael said, or humans that have been infused with our blood. You can't be certain, Cerviel said. He'd only been hunting Christopher Benson for a few months, but he'd discovered in that short amount of time that the ruthless man had his fingers in a lot of nasty pies. Benson Enterprises' Frankenstein laboratories are an equal opportunity torture chamber. Not all of the prisoners have something to do with the Pantera. Raphael shrugged. Xavier did a little more digging. Cerviel rolled his eyes. Xavier, the leader of the geeks, was a brilliant computer whiz who'd ensured that the Pantera were not only on the cutting edge of technology, but that they had an electronic hacking system that would rival Homeland Security. Of course he did, Cerviel drawled. As usual, Raphael ignored Cerviel's wry humor. The older male had two moods, grim and grimmer. At least when he was working. When it came to his mate and new daughter, well, the leader was a different male altogether. He ran across a message from Donaldson to Benson that assured him the animal was in good shape, despite the fact that one of Benson's friends had seen her and she'd recently been beaten. Cerviel sucked in a sharp breath. They were all struggling to come to terms with the knowledge that their people had been being secretly kidnapped by Benson operatives and treated as lab rats. And worse, that several females had been used in ways that made his inner cat snarl in fury. Bastard, he breathed. Raphael snorted. You won't get an argument from me. You think she's the test subject? Raphael gave a lift of his hands. That's the theory. Cerviel frowned, not entirely sure where this was all going. What do you want from me? I need you to travel to Wyoming and retrieve her before she can be disposed of. Cerviel's frown deepened. Was the male serious? A single rescue? It was like going back to training, for fuck's sake. That's it? An asset retrieval? A faint smile curved Raphael's lips. I knew it was more than your pretty face that made me choose you to be a part of the League. Cerviel calmly flipped him off. Why me?